found a clothing line, or shall I say, a clothing line finally found me. Coins Apparel, man. They got stuff for the big dogs. You understand what I'm saying? Because y'all know I'm like a 2.5X. I'm like in between the 2X and the 3X. So they got the 2.5.
Hey, yo. Y'all already know what it is. It's the newest, hottest, best sports podcast show in the world.
Yo, man, you already know what it is. It's Not for Loser Sports Podcast, unfiltered, unscripted, real takes, high stakes, and I am your host. They call me the Fresher. And as y'all know, every episode is sponsored by the luxurious streetwear brand Numi Vestis / Coins Apparel. Look, smell, feel like money. www.coinsapparel.store. So, before I start this episode, chat, again, we would like to thank all of our subscribers, all of our fans, all of our supporters. Thanks to everybody that likes, share, and subscribe to the channel. And those who just joining us, you are in the right place if you came to hear what you're not going to hear at the other major networks. Here at Not for Loser Sports Podcast, we keep it all the way a stack, man. And, chat, I would like to apologize, man. My energy wasn't there the last episode. Now, I'm trying to knock out 3 episodes in one day. As y'all know, I had to redo the AFC East because your host, yes, the Fresher, made a mistake. So I had to go back and fix it. So I'm about to bring the energy back into this episode, even though I'm speaking on a division that has absolutely no energy in it whatsoever. There's nothing positive about the NFC South. This is like a 2-team race, if you want me to be honest, chat. So I'm going to start. How should I start this episode, chat, with the NFC South? Should we start from the top to the bottom or the bottom from the top? All right, so listen, since the 2 teams at the bottom ain't even worth speaking about for real, I'm going to start at the top. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers. What can we say about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? The resurgence of Baker Mayfield. I mean, they thought Baker Mayfield was done. Cleveland shipped him to Carolina. Tom Brady left Tampa Bay. They brought Baker in. And Baker looks like a number 1 overall draft pick. But I mean, the offense has all the pieces in play. And yo, and if y'all seen our top 10 receiver list, that episode where we had to bash Pro Football Focus for leaving Mike Evans, who has been great since a rookie, off their list. Come on, man. He has resurged Baker Mayfield's career. And we're not going to discredit Chris Godwin and Cade Otton and everybody else that's over there. But Mike Evans is a beast, man. So, the Bucs went 10-7 last year. They added Shiloh Sanders in the draft. Y'all know, Deion Sanders' son, Shador Sanders' brother. I don't know if Shiloh Sanders has a great ceiling. We will see. But they also added Hassan Reddick. Now, they lost KJ Britt, so they bring in Hassan Reddick. Now, if we want to judge Hassan Reddick on what he did with the Eagles, it was a great pickup. But if we grade Hassan Reddick from the Jets, boy, oh boy. Hassan Reddick You went to New York and played like, straight trash. I don't know what happened. You went over there. You wanted to be a diva. You wanted to get paid. But we all see the potential you had in Philadelphia. So if you bring that same energy to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense can be elite. You already know they still got Levante David over there. Like, that defense can be elite, man. Y'all know Chris Godwin is coming back. Y'all know Chris Godwin had an injury. It was gruesome. But Chris Godwin is coming back healthy. They added another linebacker in Nick Jackson. They lost Marquez Callaway, like I said, KJ Britt, who accounted for 72 tackles. But you bring Hassan Reddick over there, and if he give us flashes of Hassan Reddick from Philly, that is a great pickup. They lost Mike Edwards from the safety position. But I think the Buccaneers has a chance to be in an NFC championship. I really do. As long as Baker Mayfield continues to play how he's been playing for the last couple of seasons, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers is in the driver's seat. Now, Baker Mayfield, we need you to cut the interceptions down. Please. Please, that's all we asking. We asking you to do the same thing Josh Allen did. Stop just flinging the football. We know you have the arm talent. Listen, chat, let's just put it like this. Baker Mayfield is a winner. Even though he hasn't won a championship, he has some terrible seasons. When you see Baker Mayfield play, he has the winner mentality. Now, the Buccaneers has won the division for 4 straight years, and that's not saying much. It's not saying much, but I believe the Atlanta Falcons is on the rise. But I still like Tampa Bay. I think Tampa Bay is sneaky, man. They just is. Listen, their offense was 4th in yards per play. 4th in run. Listen, to put it like this. In every category, the team finished in top 5. The only team to do that. Points per game. Everything, man. The only team to finish top 5 in all 5 categories, man. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers is really stacked. Now, Baker Mayfield was 71.4% completion percentage, had 4,500 yards. The man almost threw for 5,000 yards, chat. He averaged 264 yards per game, 41 touchdowns, 16 interceptions. Like I said, Baker Mayfield, if you bring your interceptions down, the sky is the ceiling for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Like, just think about it. They're not too far removed from Tom Brady. And the roster is almost exactly the same. So, listen, the Bucky Irvin kid, his upside is tremendous. Bucky Irvin had 207 carries, a little over 1,100 yards, and 8 touchdowns, which is great. That is great production from your running back. Mike Evans, do I need to say more? Now, y'all can say Mike Evans is on the back 9 of his career. I think Mike Evans is entering into his 11th or 12th season. The man has 74 receptions, a little over 1,000 yards, and 11 tubs, man. And that's the man that Pro Football Focus left off their top 10 receiver list. And the man been doing this for years. K. Otten, Chat, I know it's not a big name that you see in bright lights, but K. Otten is a solid tight end. K. Otten had 59 receptions, 600 yards, and 4 tubs. Chris Godwin, we know he got injured, so we already expect his production to go up. He only had 50 receptions, 576 yards, and 5 touchdowns. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers is loaded. Now, they do have to fix their offensive line. It's not the run protection, it's the pass protection. Because I done seen Baker Mayfield get killed. But it's not bad. It's not bad. The defense is ranked 18th in the league. They had 18 takeaways, which is sufficient. You can win with that. We all know Todd Bowles is a defensive mind. Levante David, man. His name don't get mentioned enough. The man had 122 total tackles with 5.5 sacks. Now, I know what y'all saying, chat. His sack total can increase. It should be better. But that is sufficient. From a linebacker, Jordan Whitehead. He had 79 tackles and no interceptions. Jordan Whitehead, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers need you to do better. They need you to be a ball hawk. They need some takeaways from you. 5 interceptions would be sufficient. Antoine Winfield Jr., you too. You had 0 takeaways last year. You accounted for 60 tackles. Excuse me, chat. Jamel Dean, you too. I don't know what happened to that back end, but y'all need to turn the ball. Y'all need to get takeaways. Excuse me. And that Jamel Dean, you have 59 total tackles with 1 interception. Now we know they defensive line, they still got Vita Vea. Now, Vita Vea might not be the Vita Vea from years back, but he's still a solid D lineman. He's still a big body. Tampa Bay is so sneaky, man. Now, I'm not saying Tampa Bay is making it to the Super Bowl, but that team is going to go as far as Baker Mayfield takes them. And it's so, I wouldn't be surprised. That's the thing, chat. If the Buccaneers were to go to the Super Bowl, I would not be surprised. Remember, who took out Philly a few years back? In the first round. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So, I would not sleep on the Buccaneers, man. I mean, Baker Mayfield. What can I say about Baker Mayfield, man? Because at times the man flashes off the screen where you just be like, wow. And then he'd do a numbskull play. And you'd be like, yo, Baker, what is you thinking about? So again, Baker Mayfield, it's all in his head. He had the same problem Josh Allen had. Josh Allen was able to fix it. And I believe Baker Mayfield can too. So, as y'all know, chat, I got the Buccaneers finishing on top of that division again and winning it for the 5th straight year. I got them ending the season at 13-4. And it's because, their division is really weak. I got them sweeping the Saints, sweeping the Panthers, and splitting with the Falcons. They are going 5-1 in that division. Chat, if you want to dispute it, put it in the comment section. But I think Todd Bowles is doing a great job over there. I really do. I like Todd Bowles. But it's really no competition in that division. It is a 2-team race between them and the Falcons. I mean, I'm not going to spend too much time on the Buccaneers because, like I said, they only going to go as far as Baker Mayfield takes them. And Baker Mayfield has resurged his career in Tampa. So, we're going to move right along to the Falcons. I'm not going to spend an hour talking about the NFC South. I'm just not, man. Because, it's like I said, it's only a two-team race. I don't even think I want to talk about the Panthers and the Saints. But I have to because I owe that to y'all. The Falcons went 8-9 last year. They made the switch from Kirk Cousins to Michael Penix Jr. Don't get me wrong, Kirk Cousins wet the bed. The switch was granted. Now, Michael Penix Jr., to me, he showed flashes, man. He showed flashes. And I believe once he get his mechanics in order, Michael Penix ceiling is high. It just is. It's all about if he can get his mechanics in order. That's it. Now, before I dive more into Michael Penix Jr., they added Leonard Floyd at the linebacker position. We can say we want about Leonard Floyd. We all understand he on the back nine of his career. But Leonard Floyd can still anchor a defense. We seen it with the Rams. He was okay with the Bills. But Leonard Floyd, he might not have a lot left in his tank, but he can still orchestrate that defense, man. I think that was a big pickup. And Divine Diablo, another linebacker. So Raheem Morris already told himself, I have to solidify the middle of my defense. They got Felipe Franks tight end. Jamal Agnew added another receiver. And they re-signed D Ford right in, which that's something they had to do. Now they drafted James Pierce, Xavier Watts, Billy Bowman, Jack Nelson. I don't know. I don't know about them draft picks. We have to see. Like I said, I'm not a college football lover, but like I said, I will watch it. But I don't know about them picks. They lost Grady Jarrett, solid. Drew Dahlman, solid. Matthew Judon. Yo, listen. Chat. I don't know what happened to Matthew Judon. The man used to be a problem, man. The man used to fly around the field like Fred Warner. At one point in time, Matthew Judon was the best linebacker in the league. But I guess he's just on the back end of his career. He's starting to decline. So they released Matthew Judon and Justin Simmons. They let Justin Simmons go, who was also a solid safety, and I don't know what happened to him. The offense ranked 6. Yo, chat, do you believe that the Falcons' offense ranked 6 in the league? And Kirk Cousins, man. Yo, listen, Kirk Cousins. I don't know. Raheem Morris, I don't know why Kirk Cousins is still on the team if you decided to make the switch. I mean, probably no other team wants to take on that huge contract. But you're not going to pay a quarterback all that money to sit on a bench. That doesn't make no sense. You could have got some valuable pieces over there, either on the defensive or offensive side or both. Now, listen, the Cleveland Browns take on any type of contracts. Look what they signed Deshaun Watson to. The Giants needed a quarterback. You have to let go of Kirk Cousins Because in Michael Penix's head, he's always going to feel like I could be replaced. You have to let Michael Penix play free. You just have to. Now, Michael Penix Jr. numbers do not jump off the screen. Rookie woes, we understand that. Michael Penix Jr. completion percentage was 58.1. He only had 779 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 3 interceptions. We're going to see how he looks this season. Coming in, knowing he's a starter. Day 1 from regular season. Bijan Robinson is a beast. He had 304 carries, a little under 1,500 yards, and 14 touchdowns. More Bijan Robinson. Again, we're talking about, listen, Michael Penix Jr. is a red shirt freshman. We're not going to count last year, man. We just not. You have to take the pressure off your quarterback, man. Make him feel comfortable. He got Drake London. He got Kyle Pitts. And chat, is it fair to say that Kyle Pitts is a bust? Because Kyle Pitts had high expectations coming out of college, and he hasn't fulfilled them. He just hasn't. The man is not consistent. Now, Drake London. Now, don't get me wrong, I like Drake London. He had 100 receptions, 1,200 yards, a little under 1,300 yards, and 9 touchdowns. Sufficient. Drake London has a high ceiling. Darnell Mooney, 64 receptions, 992 yards, and 5 touchdowns. Now, listen. The Atlanta Falcons has a solid receiving core. Solid, man. Kyle Pitts. If Kyle Pitts can be at least 70% of what he was expected to be coming out of college, boy, oh boy, we will have to watch out for the Atlanta Falcons. Do I got to speak on Tyler Algier? Do we need to speak on Tyler Algier, man? Every time he came in the game, he made it count. He had 137 carries, 644 yards, and 3 touchdowns. I assume Todd Bowles is going to use Tyler Algier more this year. Raheem Morris, whatever you do, you have to take the pressure off of Michael Penix Jr. Because the man has shown flashes, man. He can make all the throws. He just be having some questionable decision making. So take the pressure off of your quarterback. Now, we all know the problem with the Atlanta Falcons is not just the quarterback situation. It is the defense. It just is. I mean, Jesse Bates is going to be Jesse Bates. But the defense ranked 24th last season. Jesse Bates had 102 tackles with 4 interceptions. D4 had 83 total tackles, no interceptions. We know that. A.J. Terrell, I'm talking to you, buddy. What happened? At one point, we thought you were on a rise. We thought you was one of the best cornerbacks in the league. We said, A.J. Terrell has arrived. You had 2 interceptions last year, and the total was 66 tackles. So, what do I expect from the Atlanta Falcons? I predicted them to go 11-6. I expected them to get better, 3 games better. But it all depends on Michael Penix Jr. Because he has a tremendous upside. He does. So I got Like I said, I got the Falcons going 11-6 by the Bucks. That's just my opinion. I got high expectations for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They're going to sweep the Saints and sweep Carolina. So, listen, they can sneak into the playoffs at 11-6. So, chat, y'all tell me, man, because I don't even know what team to touch on next, man. Because to me, they both. So, chat, who y'all want me to? Let's go to the Carolina Panthers because I believe the New Orleans Saints going to finish dead last in the league. Not just in the division, in the league, man. Carolina Panthers, they finished 5-12 last year under Dave Canales. And this goes back to a few episodes ago when I spoke about how Deion Sanders doesn't have a job in the NFL. If Dave Canales has one. Now, Dave Canales, I'm not going to be highly critical of you, but I'm just using you as an example. Now, they added Travion Moorhead, I believe I'm pronouncing that right, at safety. Treshawn Wharton at defensive tackle. This is a big pickup because I feel like they're going to take the pressure off of Bryce Young. Even though, Bryce Young, you are in a stage of your career where you're supposed to be showing high progression. Even though Matt Rule messed up everything for you. I got to agree. Matt Rule stunted your growth. But you are in a stage of your career like, bruh, didn't you come out with C.J. Stroud? What is C.J. Stroud doing, man? So come on, man. Bryce Young, you show flashes as well. I know you got the talent. Last year, you looked impressive. So the big pickup that I liked for the Carolina Panthers was Rico Dowell from the Cowboys, the running back, who was a 1,000-yard rusher in an abysmal season for the Cowboys. You pair him with Chuba Hubbard, man, and you have a strong backfield. Now, they added Nick Scott. They re-signed Nick Scott, I'm sorry. Bobby Brown III to the defensive line. Tommy Trimble, tight end. And David Moore to the receiver room. Departures. They lost Javion Clowney. Javion Clowney, it's time to hang up your cleats. My opinion, you underachieve. Compared to how they had you ranked coming out of college, you underachieved in your career. You had a few highs in your career, but you had more lows than you had highs. So they let go of him. Miles Sanders, gone. Xavier Woods, gone. Safety. Lonnie Johnson, gone. TJ Luther, gone. I don't see nothing that's going to change my mind of the Carolina Panthers. I really don't. But they still is focusing on the growth of Bryce Young. The offense ranked 25th last year, which is not, it's bottom half. Now, let me not say not bad, because that's bad. But I'm saying I can't give you no pass, Bryce Young, because look at C.J. Stroud. Bryce Young, Bryce Young, you had a 60.9 completion percentage, 2,403 yards, 15 touchdowns, and 9 interceptions. Is not going to do it in this league, bruh. It's just not. But like I said, last year you showed promise. So Dave Canales, you need to fix your quarterback. Get your quarterback some help. You have to shore up the offensive line. Now, Chuba Hubbard. 250 carries, a little under 1,200 yards and 10 touchdowns. Stud. Now, I don't know what happened with Adam Thielen last year, but he looked like Adam Thielen from the Minnesota Vikings. He had 48 receptions, 615 yards, and 5 tubs. Now, Adam Thielen, they're gonna need you to catch more footballs. Your receptions need to go up. Now, Xavier Legette, you have 49 receptions, 497 yards, and 4 touchdowns. Again, they're going to need more production from you. All I'm saying is, in order for Bryce Young to take that leap to justify the number one overall selection, y'all have to help the man out. The Carolina Panthers have to. They have to shore up that offensive line. As you can see, if you give Bryce Young time, he could deliver a football. It's not his progressions. It seems like he's able to read defenses. But when you under pressure, 70% of your dropbacks, this is what you get. And the defense ranked last in the NFL last year. How are you helping your third-year quarterback? Yo, time be moving by so fast. I don't know if he in his third or fourth year, man. Because these years is flying. We already in July. But thank God, because football season is coming back. I got the Carolina Panthers repeating from last year. No ups, no downs. I predicted them to go 5-12. And it's so crazy. I don't know if they're going to split with New Orleans or sweep New Orleans. Because you're going to be surprised when I got the New Orleans Saints record this season in 2025. They definitely getting swept by the Falcons and the BUCS, but I got them going 1-4 in the division. I don't really see no upside with this team. I just don't. Now, I'm not saying that Bryce Young cannot get better. He can. But if the defense, listen, the defense is not keeping Bryce Young off the field. You can't keep putting him out on the field like that. When your defense is last in the league and your offensive line can't protect, you're going to get him killed. Dave Canales. All right, man. I really didn't want to do this division, chat. Because it's like there's nothing to be excited about. Now, the AFC North, I'm going to cover that next. Now, I have everything to be excited about. I do. But let's move it right along, man. It's hard for me to do this because I told y'all I'm a 2% Saints fan. The Saints will finish not just last in the division, they will finish last in the league. As we know, they hired Kellen Moore as their head coach. I don't have nothing bad to say about Kellen Moore. I liked him as the OC in Dallas. I liked him as an OC in Philly. As y'all see, he went on and won a Super Bowl. But they put him. Look what he had. Look what he got to work with, man. They set him up for failure. They added Justin Reed, Devon Goddard. I don't know how to pronounce it. It's some French shit. Isaac Yadam. Jack Stoll, tight end, Will Clapp at over. Man, they not even worth talking about. We already know Derek Carr kicked the can. But it seemed like he kicked the can a few years ago. They lost Marquez Valdez-Scantling, Willie Gay Jr., solid linebacker. They lost him. Will Harris, safety, he's gone. The offense ranked 21st last year. And it's going to get worse. It's going to get worse. Like, I don't even know who the starting quarterback is. Kellen Moore, you might as well just go with Taysom Hill. Because Tyler Shuck ain't going to cut it, man. I'm sorry. You might as well. Yo, it's Spencer Rattler either. Like, man. I don't get the Saints, man. Yeah, we all know the stud on that team is Alvin Kamara. But Alvin Kamara is on the back nine. He just playing for money now. He don't even care. Alvin Kamara had 228 carries for 950 yards, 6 touchdowns, 66 receptions for 543 yards and 2 tubs. So he had 8 touchdowns total in an abysmal year. Do we still got gas? Probably do. But I don't even think he care about winning no more, man. Ever since Sean Payton and Drew Brees left, this Saints team has been a debacle. They in salary cap hell. Like Chris Olave, we hope he come back healthy. Y'all seen that nasty hit he got last year. Chris Olave only had 32 receptions for 400 yards and 1 touchdown. We all know that's going to get better because Chris Olave is an above average receiver who show flashes of being great. Rashid Shaheed, he just a deep threat. He can outrun everybody on the field. He had 20 receptions, 349 yards, and 3 tubs. I mean, I'm not about to spend 10, 15 minutes talking about the New Orleans Saints. I'm just not. I'm just about to run down the stats, man, for the statisticians in the chat. The defense ranked 30th last year. And they're bringing back the same pieces, man. Cam Jordan is excellent. He's on the back nine, man. I think Cam Jordan is about to turn 36, man. He had 34 total tackles, 4 sacks, and 1 interception. Demario Davis, another stud. That's on the back nine of his career. He's on the final year of his contract. But the man had 136 total tackles and 2 sacks, which is not shabby. But it just feel like everybody on the Saints just playing. They don't even care no more, man. Because they don't have a plan. I mean, the Dennis Allen hire was a debacle, man. It just was. It didn't make no sense. I believe Dennis Allen was once the head coach for the Minnesota Vikings, man. How did that look? Tyrann Mathieu, the Honey Badger. Now, I'm not, Tyrann Mathieu, I'm not going to disrespect you, man. But I'm just saying the Honey Badger is just a groundhog now, man. He had 47 total tackles, 2 forced fumbles, and 3 interceptions. Not bad. But again, the Honey Badger is just a groundhog now, man. All these aging players, man, that's why the defense is ranked 30th, man. Carl Granderson, he looked it good. He shows flashes. He had 5.5 sacks and 1 forced fumble. Pete Warner, linebacker, had 92 total tackles. Like, let's just hope Kellen Moore can turn his franchise around. But that's not going to happen because they're in salary cap hell. Sean Payton was just spending money that wasn't there. I got the Saints going a whopping 1-15, man. I'm sorry, chat. 1-16. I got the Saints winning one game. Swept by the Falcons, swept by the BUCS, and might split with Carolina. Like, oh, man. I am totally disappointed. It's like they back to, remember when the Saints fans used to wear the garbage bags on top of their head? That era is back. Yo, chat, man. I'm going to conclude this episode, man. Because I'm not about to spend all the time talking about the NFC South when it's a two-team race. And I ain't going to lie. I'm about to cover the AFC North, which is another two-team race. But I got a lot of interesting things to say about the AFC North. They have more things to talk about, man. So chat, man. Until next time, you already know what it is.